Well, a big hello to wherever you are watching from around the world. Pit Lane preview coming your way before the AirTouch 500 at the Bend. Chad and James Pavey down in Pit Lane. And I've got those Enduro feels kicking in pretty hard right now. The first one here at the Bend, first time in South Australia for an Enduro. Lots to look forward to this weekend, James.
Can you smell that?
It smells like the season of endurance.
I thought it was you or me.
Yeah.
No, it's the season of endurance. I'm so excited. The Repco Enduro Cup, the first time in 6 years we've got an Enduro Cup officially.
Yeah.
So what that means is the most points across the next 2 rounds. You win the Enduro Cup. This year, 25 bonus points straight into the finals as well for the main driver as well. So there's so much to play for.
Well, one of those cars in there's already got his hands on 25 points. That, of course, being Brock Feeney. But these guys were very good in the Enduros last year. They've been winners here before, Triple Eight at this track before. How's it going to work out for them this time as we get back to the Bend?
Well, it's a great question. You've got 2 really fired up main drivers. Obviously, Brock's got a bit of a buffer. He's in the finals. But Will Brown is just cutting a bit of a, not angry figure, but he really wants more performance. And I don't know. I spoke to Scott Pye through the weeks, last year's Senna 500 champions. And Scott's like, hey, look, if we win the Enduro Cup, that's 25 bonus points for my mate Will. So they got a lot to play for, but these guys as well, we know how good Penrite Racing is at endurance races and strategy as well. So many good guys in there. Even GT's back on the tools as well. I can't wait to see guys like that in the car.
Yes, so this is a team that has raced in the Le Mans 24-hour this year. They sent their strategy team and their engineering crew over to Le Mans to be a part of that process as well. So they've been very much honing down on the Enduros, and the season of endurance for them could be a pretty special time. We've actually got one of the Mustangs out in Pit Lane. If you're across all the news in our world of supercars racing, you know that there's been some very small minor tweaks to level out the playing field even further. Should we run through some of those while we're here with this car in Pit Lane?
Yeah, which is not one we put here earlier. No, it is not really. So just around here, Anthony, the first ones we can see here, a pack has been removed from the side skirt, so a very minor change there. Up here, you've got the door mirrors. Bit of a smaller mirror. It's the US specification mirror.
Okay.
And then back here to the rear wings of the car, they've been moved up and back. So,
I mean, to the naked eye, very difficult to tell.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of compare it to like getting a number 2 haircut to a number 3 haircut. If you don't tell anyone about it, they won't know. So they're very minor changes, but yeah, the rear wing's been moved up and back a bit as well. So minor changes, but you'll read all the stories in the media and obviously in supercars.com with the statements. You'll understand where they're coming from and what's been changed and why. So yeah, parity's all about equality of opportunity and that sort of thing, but it's still been a really close season. Obviously, 15 wins to the Camaro and 9 to the Ford as well. So these are long races, so much to play for. The difference is going to be in pit lane and with the drivers as well, but that's happening as well.
Well, you mentioned the drivers. I want to take you to Tickford for a very quick update as to who they've got in Car 6 this week. That is a combo right there, isn't it? I mean, that is an incredible combination for Enduros. You put Waters and Winterbottom together, and good to see these names combined. 500 victory before, and I get the feeling that is a combination to watch out for here in Bathurst.
If punters are allowed in pit lane, you'd want to get that one for your garage. That's pretty cool. That's a really strong combination. But through the week again, they said, are you guys feeling like you're the favourites? And they're both like, absolutely not. We're just here to race and do our best job. But I think deep down, a lot of us probably know that that's going to be a really hard combination to beat. Again, strategy is going to play a huge role. But as far as driving goes, I mean, to have Mark Winterbottom as a co-driver, pretty mean.
That is a good-looking lineup indeed. And next door for Thomas Randall, one eye certainly focusing towards the finals for him. He is definitely about trying to get himself locked away inside that top 10. He sits on the bubble at the moment, so he's got a great co-driver in James Moffat there as well to look at those positions. Down here at Walkinshaw and Andretti United, man, they've had such a busy time with the launch of Toyota, but now they need to focus their attention back onto the race meetings. They've been very good at doing that so far this year, being able to switch between what is going to be homologation team and then switch back into how we're going to go racing this weekend.
It's a massive job to homologate a brand new car. It's not like you're homologating a new Mustang or a new Camaro. Like, it's a new car, Toyota Supra. Got to have a bit of a word and a shout out for that Bathurst launch with the Toyota there as well. That was spectacular. I'm sure you guys have seen all the photos and the stories and videos. That was really, really cool. And the car just looks really quite sexy as well. Bit of a sus word, but I like the look
when you're
of
describing a Supra, I think that's completely fine when you're talking about race cars. Again, as well, pretty killer combination when you can throw Fabian Coulthard, a guy who has won here at this track in the year 2020, alongside Chaz Mostert. And then the Juice next door as well, Jaden Ojeda, with Ryan Wood, who has been seriously finding some speed so far this year. Both combos could feature heavily in this race this weekend.
My dark horse for the Enduro Cup.
For the Enduro Cup.
And my colleague Zach is pretty firm on that as well. He thinks that they're going to go pretty well. Obviously, Ryan Wood's having a standout year, and for a guy who's in his second season of supercars to be getting wins and poles and podiums is really impressive. But Jaden Ojeda is really, really fast, one of the informed guys in Australian motorsport. And for him to get a really good opportunity like this is quite telling in the way that teams are looking at him, how he really stacks up against the rest of the field. Who knows? We've been hearing things about he could be on the grid next year, so wait and see. But I really like that combination. But again, some really strong ones here too.
I haven't actually put the numbers together for this, but Jaden Ojeda's probably done the most endurance racing up and down this pit lane in the last sort of 12 months as well. So that would surely be one thing that he can have in his back pocket. Is he's used to long races, 500 kilometres, almost sprint for that guy, and some of the bigger races he's been doing. Yeah,
I mean, you don't just accidentally become a factory Mercedes driver. and Jaden is very, very fast in those cars. But in these cars, it's a different proposition. I mean, they're different race cars for starters, different tyres, but the standard and the quality of the racing in this is so close up and down the field. There's no bop, there's no different classes. It's just hard and forced. It's really impressive. Yeah,
I can see the guy cleaned up last time we were here a couple of years ago, so we can get a quick word with Brody. He's having a chat to the Ford gang. Hello, Broads. Just want to come and say g'day. Last time we raced here, man, you were an animal that weekend. I've never seen a more convincing weekend put together. Is it good to be back at the Bend, given the happy memories that you have here?
Yeah, it's always good to be back at I guess new tracks again. So, but very excited to be here at Shell Via Power Motorsports Park, and excited to get behind the wheel of my Shell Mustang and see how it all goes.
Speaking of the Mustang, there's been a few changes to it, obviously in the stories and the press and whatever, but your response to those changes?
See what it does in practice, to be honest. So, I won't make any judgments until I go out there.
And getting the band back together as well. I see the name Hazelwood and Kostecki back together as well. So not only did you win the last 3 races here, but the last time you drove with him, you went all right as well.
Yeah, it did too. So we're going to keep the average up. We'll do our best. But it's always good to be partnering up with Todd. He always does a fantastic job, and he's doing double duty this weekend, driving his Trans Am, so he'll get plenty of laps around this place. And hopefully has a home ground advantage too, being the Adelaide boys. So it's pretty exciting times for us. Always good enduro time of the year. I'm going to have new drivers come in, having TD come in as well. It's awesome. Just looking forward to getting out there and having a crack.
I agree. Thank you, Broads.
Cheers, thanks.
I've actually got one more quick one for you. Yep. Enjoying the pod, but who's the better host, you or Will?
I wouldn't say any of us are qualified to be a host, so I wouldn't say any of us are probably a host, to be honest. I guess we're just two blokes just having a chat, really, and it's good to do something a bit, sort of off track and be sort of a bit more out of, I guess, character and be more ourselves outside of the track. So it's good to, I guess, our great supporters can, have a listen and tune into Lucky Dogs podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. But it's great to just, I guess, have a chat outside the track and get to see more, a bit more of our characters as well.
Yeah, well done, mate. We appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Ta-ta. It's the craze. You've got to have a podcast these days. Even the folks at Walkinshaw had one recently in the lead up to the Enduros as well. That was pretty good, with Chaz and Woody getting together.
I was going to say, any podcast that mentions Beyblades has got my vote, and he did that the other day. It was pretty funny.
I want to get over and chat with one of the local boys. Bradley Vaughan, usually peddling. Hello, mate. Usually peddling away in the Dunlop series, but we saw you hop in the middle for a sec, mate. We'll say good day. Saw you on the grid last year for the Enduros. You excited to be back in the big boys, back with the big team again at Brad Jones Racing for another big year?
Yeah, it'd be good fun. I got the taster last year, and now in a normal main game team that does this every week, so it should be fun.
Cool sunnies, mate.
Thank you. They're safety glasses, actually.
They double up.
Yeah.
What can we expect from you guys this weekend? I love the look of the car. It's got a bit of a NASCAR feel about it. It's got a bit of South Australian sponsorship on there as well, with some local sponsors. So it's got a bit of a local feel for you?
It is. It's really nice to drive into the track this morning, only being an hour down the road, and I'm here pretty much every week, so this feels like my second home a little bit. So no excuses, I think, now.
Got the fam coming out?
Yeah, everyone will be out, friends, family, sponsors, so everyone's asked me for tickets, as it always happens.
You going to the Speedway as well while you're here?
I'll go have a look, some of my mates in the dirt carts, and I love the Speedway, as you know, so I'm sure I'll wander over there.
Attaboy. Thank you, Bradley.
No worries, thank you.
I like that. Brad's driving for Brad this year, which is pretty cool. He was with the Charter Boost Mobile car last year. They did a really good job, and Brad drove the wheels off that thing as well. Pit stop practice time. It's always Team 18 that we get to show in these things. Remember, driver changes are back. The old fuel system is back as well. We've got smaller fuel tanks for this year. We've got new rules around driver weights. It's an average of the two instead of just the main driver weight. So many little things to get right this year. And you said it earlier on the walk, this is where this race could be won or lost on the weekend.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, straight away, the first thing you'll notice when we're on track is co-drivers can now start the race again. So
yes.
You're looking at all these driver changes. You can lose, and Scott Sinclair wrote a great piece on the Supercars website about how much time you can lose in driver changes. You could lose 6 seconds if you do a bad one at the track versus one you practice at the workshop. So there's so much time to be made up. But like you said, there's an opportunity to make up sound.
Yep.
And, if you do a bad start even, who knows, you could lose a lot of time.
So by my math, most caps pair in the field, Holdsworth and Reynolds, what a combination that is. Both Bathurst winners, which is very, very cool. But once we get through the bend and once we get through Bathurst, they would have done, I believe, 999 races combined. That is like an amazing amount of racing in this series. How cool is that? Just the two of them. That's amazing.
That's some Don Bradman stuff.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. But like you said, they're both Bathurst winners. Really cool to see Lee back in the car. At a team that he used to race for as well. He used to race a teammate team back in the day. There he is. Cool helmet too, by the way.
He's got the teal.
I'm actually really excited to see how these guys go because so much on the line for Anton, obviously, with the finals. But for Dave, he's kind of got nothing to lose. There's Scott, by the way.
Yeah, speaking of Anton, he's actually behind us. He's watching. Can we get Anton's thoughts on pit stop practice as you stand here watching the boys hard at work, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty hard watching. No,
How many of these have you done?
Practices? A fair few. We've done a few days of the workshop. We've obviously done the QR test with the Deval day as well. So a lot. Your body gets pretty hardened this time of year. You get bruises in all these awkward spots, and you try and do as little as possible during the race week, but you prep before, like normal race team stuff.
Have you ever injured yourself doing a driver change or heard of any injuries?
No, but you are pretty sore. You get some massive bruises on the back of your calves and your hammies because you're obviously throwing yourself in. So you get you get pretty sore. Yeah, like you'll see Lee, if he throws himself in.
He's only little as well. So
yeah, it's a bit easier for Dave. I'm very jealous of Dave because he flies in and out of the car like he's half the size of us, and it makes it look so easy. And then we're bashing into everything we can hit, you know.
Hey, what are your thoughts on the new rule around driver weights with the co-driver average this year? Is that a good thing?
I don't actually know exactly how it works.
Yeah. Are you and Harry pretty close anyway?
Yeah, we're pretty much smack on the same. So I think I'm sure someone will do a calculation of who's got an advantage and who's not at some point. But I think as a whole, I think there's less random advantages for some things. But obviously, you can never get it right with only two drivers. So it's really difficult to do because our weights between drivers is so wide that it can easily create these things this time of year. So, I mean, ideally we would have all mains running at the exact same weight for the last couple stints, but how do we achieve that with co-e's? And I don't actually know. Haven't really thought about it, but haven't had anyone complain yet, so that's usually a good sign.
We'll see. Thank you, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right, appreciate Anton's time. He'll be gearing up with Harry Jones, who's going to make his very first start. So there you go. There's a little bit of a walk up and down pit lane here for our pit lane preview. You can just feel it. The more crew that you get for the teams as well, it's got that enduro feel about it. The teams are back out in pit lane. Everyone in the hotel's watching down. We've got some pretty cool support categories here. We welcome back Porsche Carrera Cup. We've got the TCR World Tour happening here this weekend. The cars are on the way to the track right now. A bit of a nervous wait for those teams that have come from Europe to compete here this weekend as well. So lots of, I think 5 support categories all up.
Big few days, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a lot of variety as well. I think you're going to get bang for your buck if you come to this event as well. And the Bend does put on a pretty good show. And if you are coming to the race week this weekend, you're going to love it because there's so much going on, so much to look at. Even at the back, there's some entertainment and stuff as well. But I just like this track. It's a real racing track. And I have no idea how Sunday's going to go. But that's pretty cool.
I don't think anyone does, and that's what's really cool about this. We're going into the unknown. It is going to be a big 2 events from here to Bathurst and the Repco Enduro Cup. And that golden ticket in the last few spots inside the finals is up for grabs. There you go. There's a little bit of a walk up half a pit lane. There's still a few more cars, plus the wild cards to throw in as well. Big field of cars ready to go. What's going to be a big weekend? You can catch it all live on Fox Sports.